Hi everyone. Now we're at page 3, and from previous experience, I realized the time it took me to read through page 1 and page 2 is a little bit longer than what I expected. So I would try to speak faster this time for this page, and unless I encounter anywhere that I absolutely don't know its meaning, or I will keep reading and hopefully make the videos shorter in order to not waste your time. Or and although I considered, when I was looking for the derived vocabulary from an entry, from the definition or the sample sentences of an entry, I think it's very useful for me to learn relevant collocations and related words, etc. But um, let's try this for this page. Let's try to read through this page quicker, but of course clearly at the same time. So let's start. Page 3. First entry. Able-bodied. ABLE-BODIED. Adjective. An able-bodied person is physically strong and healthy, rather than being weak or having a disability. Sample sentence. She was able-bodied and reasonably intelligent. So this girl is mentally and physically healthy, like a bit smart, reasonably intelligent. She was able-bodied and reasonably intelligent. She was able-bodied and reasonably intelligent. Next entry. Ablutions. 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 It's a plural noun. Someone's ablutions are all the activities that are involved in washing himself or herself. Formal or humorous. No sample sentences here. Ablutions. Just remember is related to washing himself or herself, or like taking a bath in the church. No, not sure if that's the right word to use, but let's move on. The third entry, ably, ABLY. I think it's a variant of the word able, like ably something is an adverb. Ably means skillfully and successfully. Skillfully and successfully. Sample sentence. He was ably assisted by a number of other members. Is it assist or assist? I'm expecting assist. The unvoiced as assist. Assist. Yes, I'm right.
Assist.
Assist. He was ably assisted by a number of other members. He was ably assisted by a number of other members. He was ably assisted by a number of other members. Next entry. Abnormal. ABNORMAL. Adjective. Someone or something that is abnormal is unusual, especially in a way that is worrying. So it's unusual and worrying. Formal. Sample sentences. Abnormal heart rhythms and high anxiety levels. Heart rhythms, like is hypertension, your heart is beating very fast. Rhythms. HYTHM. Rhythm.
Rhythm.
A rhythm is a regular series of sounds or movements. I think I'm right, like your heart is beating very fast, faster than normal. Abnormal heart rhythms, or not beating in a normal pace, like it's abnormally fast or abnormally slow, or sometimes it's too fast and sometimes it's too slow. Abnormal heart rhythms and high anxiety levels. Anxiety is it's like anxious. You're worried about something. Anxiety and anxiety. Anxiety is a feeling of nervousness or worry. So you're nervous and worry. Her voice was full of anxiety. Back to our sentence. Abnormal heart rhythms and high anxiety levels. Abnormal heart rhythms and high anxiety levels. Abnormal heart rhythms and high anxiety levels. Abnormal heart rhythms and normal anxiety levels. So the heartbeat is abnormal and the person is worried and nervous. Second sample sentence. A child with an abnormal fear of strangers. Afraid of strangers. A child with an abnormal fear of strangers. A child with abnormal fear of strangers. A child with an abnormal fear of strangers. Let's recall with me twice. A child with an abnormal fear of strangers. A child with an abnormal fear of strangers. Adverb form. Abnormally. Usually adverb. Adjective, adverb, often adverb with a verb. Like abnormally doing something, or abnormally, for example, abnormally high levels of glucose. Abnormally high level of glucose. Abnormally high level of glucose. Abnormally high level of glucose. Glucose is like, well, in biology lessons we learned, it serves as a fuel for our body to provide energy for our body. Is that a primary source of energy, glucose? Monosaccharide. Glucose, simplest of carbohydrates. Monosaccharide, one sugar. We're not going into biology now. Glucose. Yes, this is much simpler. It's a type of sugar that gives you energy. Glucose. I guess we can also say abnormally high levels of anxiety, or abnormally paced heart rhythms, I guess that we can say. Next entry, abnormality. Abnormality. Plural form. Abnormalities is a variable noun. An abnormality in something, especially in a person's body or behavior, is an unusual part or feature of it that may be worrying or dangerous. Yes, it's something unusual that is worrying or even dangerous. Formal is used formally. Sample sentence. Further scans are required to confirm the diagnosis of an abnormality. So we need to do more scans to confirm the cause of the abnormality. Probably like in your heart rhythms, what's causing the abnormal heart rhythms, or the abnormally high anxiety levels, or abnormally high levels of glucose. Further scans are required. Further scans are required to confirm the diagnosis of abnormality. let's see how, let's confirm if I'm pronouncing it right. Diagnosis. Diagnosis. There's a G sound here. Diagnosis.
Diagnosis.
Diagnosis. Diagnosis. But if we're speaking very fast, I guess we can say diagnosis as well and drop the G sound if you want. But I'll try my best to pronounce every syllables loud and clear. Let's continue. Let's continue recalling the sample sentence. Further scans are required to confirm the diagnosis of abnormality. Further scans are required to confirm the diagnosis of abnormality. Further scans are required to confirm the diagnosis of abnormality. Next entry, aboard. A-B-O-A-R-D. Preposition. If you are aboard a ship or plane, you are on it or in it. Sample sentences. She invited 750 people aboard the luxury yacht, the Savarona. The luxury yacht. It's like a boat, I believe. Y-A-C-H-T. Yacht. 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 Yacht.
Yacht.
Yacht. It's a large boat with sails or motor. Just remember it. Just remember it as a large boat. Just remember it's a large boat. Let's see. Yacht. A luxurious yacht. Luxurious. A large boat. And Savarona, I believe that's just the name of the yacht. Savarona. Savarona. Savarona is one of these luxurious boats. It's the presidential yacht of the Republic of Turkey. So it's a large boat dedicated to the president of Turkey. Longest tour owned by government of Turkey. Having briefly leased out to Kurdish businessman. So it's no longer. It's not. It doesn't belong. It's not belong to. It does not belong to the Turkish government anymore, but a businessman. Savarona. She invited 750 people aboard, like invite them to the luxurious yacht, the Savarona. She invited 750 people aboard the luxurious yacht, the Savarona. She invited 750 people aboard the luxurious yacht, the Savarona. She invited 750 people aboard the luxurious yacht, the Savarona. Next, they said goodbye to him as he got aboard the train at Union Station. So say goodbye to him as he has gone aboard the train. He's about to leave. They said goodbye to him as he got aboard the train at Union Station. Got aboard. Got aboard. Got aboard. Everyone, please get aboard. Please go aboard. Go aboard the train. Go aboard the ship. They said goodbye to him as he got aboard the train at Union Station. They said goodbye to him as he got aboard got to board the train in Union Station, at Union Station, at a station. Ah, poor memory. They said goodbye to him as he got to board the train at Union Station. They said goodbye to him as he got to board the train at Union Station. Adverb. Adverb after noun. Aboard is also an adverb. Sample sentence. It had taken 2 hours to load all the people aboard. To let them all go aboard, get aboard the ship. It takes 2 hours for all the people to go aboard the train, or not, to go aboard, to get aboard a train or plane or ship. It had taken 2 hours to load all the people aboard. It had taken 2 hours to load all the people aboard. It had taken 2 hours to load all the people aboard. It had taken 2 hours to load all the people aboard. Next entry, abode. A-B-O-D-E. Abodes. Countable noun. Your abode is the place where you live. Like your home, but is a formal alternative to home. Abode, your abode. A sample sentence. I went around the streets and found his new abode. I went around the streets and found his new abode. I went around the town and found his new abode. Found his new home. I went around the town and found his new abode. The second sense, phrase. If someone has no fixed abode, they are homeless. Homeless people. No fixed abode. It's mostly used in legal documents. For example, 30% of psychiatric hospital beds are occupied by people of no fixed abode. Psychiatric, this word is interesting. P-S-Y-C-H-I-A-T-R-I-C. Psychiatric. Psychiatric means relating to psychiatry. We finally insisted that he seek psychiatric help involving mental illness. So something is not going right in his or her brain or their brains, which is considered abnormal, but are they really abnormal? Or maybe the majority of us are the abnormal one. How do we define being normal, actually? Psychiatry. Let's see if it's pronounced this way. Psychiatry. Psychiatry. For American in American English. Psychiatry in British English. Psychiatry is a branch of medicine concerned with the treatment of mental illness, so it's related to mental illness again. Psychiatry, and I'm concerning if the American pronunciation of psychiatric is pronounced as psychiatric as well, but it turns out I'm wrong. It's also pronounced as psychiatric. 30% of psychiatric hospital beds are occupied by people of no fixed abode. 30% of psychiatric hospital beds are occupied by people of no fixed abode. 30% of hospital beds are occupied by psychiatric look at my memory. Is really poor. 30% of psychiatric hospital beds are occupied by people of no fixed abode, occupied by homeless people. So many of these psychiatric patients are homeless. 30% of psychiatric hospital beds are occupied by people of no fixed abode. 30% of psychiatric hospital beds are occupied by people of no fixed abode. And this is it for this video. Let's move on in the next video.